Hey everyone, Sunny Chalk News Sports. Welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about the Montreal Canadiens and a season preview of what to expect from the Montreal Canadiens in the 2021-2022 season. This is a really interesting topic to talk about. Montreal, the forwards, the defense, the goaltending, the situation, losing some players at the off season, either to injury or to just key departures and free agency. But let's get into it. Now, some players we have lost in this off season. Shea Webber, he goes to LTIR. He's out at least a season, but it looks like he could be out for the rest of his career, meaning 6 years on the LTIR. But that means that actually wouldn't probably go on that with the whole 14-year contract. There's gonna be a cap penalty to the Preds of like $4 or $5 million. But that's something down the road to see what happens with Shea Webber, if he can come back or not. If that means the playoffs, if it doesn't, we'll see what happens. But definitely Montreal used up his cap space, so that's $7 million. And also Paul Byron's on the LTIR, but he won't be out all season. He should probably be out around January, February. After that, I think he has hip surgery. Oh, it was a shoulder. I can't remember which one it was. But he should be back. About midway. Around that. We'll see what happens. That's $3.2 million. And we don't have $3.2 million. So, yeah. But that's another conversation. They can work on things. They can change things up if they have to. Get rid of him. Or something, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But, Philippe Deneau went to the Kings in free agency. Your two-way center, he's gone. So you lose Corey Perry, some leadership there, great character in the room. You lose some guys like that, which does hurt. But, this team is very solid. I do like what they brought. But before we get into lineups, or just the forwards, defense, the goaltending here, and my prediction, let me go into the top prospects we have for the Montreal Canadiens. We have Caulfield, Goulet, Primeau, Paling, Mailloux, Norlinder, Brook, Lyoven, Kapanen, Harris, Tuck, Struble, and Kidney. These are all really good prospects for Montreal. Some a little bit older, some are trying to make the team this year. Some are definitely going to make the team. Well, one of them I have to say is Caulfield. He's definitely making the team. He's definitely been the top 6 for Montreal. They need him for goal scoring, right? Goulet, I could see go the fall rocket, right? Primeau, he's still trying to get experience as a goalie. Great pick at the 7th round. Absolute steal. Paling, great two-way guy. He's trying to make the team. See what happens. I would love to see him make the team. He creates space, opens up space for passing and all that. Great two-way center. Mailloux, they just drafted him. That's years down the road there. Norlinder, he's a guy who could make. He's been out because of injury, but he's a great puck-moving guy. Either the Habs or he's got to go back to Sweden, the SHL. Josh Brook, he's been, trying to get his career back on order after a little down season like 2 years ago. But we'll see what happens. He's trying to get himself back into it, but it's going to be tough to get into this Habs lineup. Lyoven, they did say Montreal will be using for some games. They will play him in some regular season games. So we'll see how that turns out for him. He has a great shot. He likes to score for the left point with his right shot there. Right-handed shot. So here's that good one-timer for sure. Kapanen, just drafted him years down the road, but of course Kasperi Kapanen is his brother and from Pittsburgh, the former Leaf, and yeah. So he might have some, talent there that Montreal could have down the road. Jordan Harris, finish up his 4 years in college. He'll actually be a free agent because he's 22 or something. He'll be 22, or he might be 22 now. So hopefully Montreal's able to sign him because he's a great puck-moving guy. Luke Tuck, maybe another year or two. We'll see how that goes. AHL or NCAA next year for sure. He's like Alex Tuck, his brother in Vegas, but even more grit, they said. So that's interesting. That'd be awesome to have him in lineup for sure. Jaden Struble, great shutdown, two-way, or just shutdown defenseman, very good like that. Does a great job doing that, and just solid in his own end. Which Montreal can have him maybe next year. They can sign him, which would be awesome. For sure. And you have Riley Kidney that you just drafted. Great center, really solid. So, some good pickups here for sure. Let's get into this season. For forwards, look at the first line. Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield, absolutely fantastic. The all right shots on that. Yeah, Toffoli with the right shot, Suzuki and then Caulfield. Caulfield has that, elite talent of just ripping that shot. Suzuki can shoot this puck too, but he's a great, fantastic, smart player. Can pass the puck insanely. He can pass to Caulfield, he can pass to Toffoli, he can shoot the puck. Suzuki also can score right from the right point, or from the right circle, I should say. Very good on the power play. He moves things around efficiently. Caulfield also can pass. He has shown that to us, that he can pass the puck too, to players. Absolutely, efficiently too. So very good. Suzuki's going to be having an A on his jersey this year, so that's the first time for him. Rotating alternate captains. Since Webber's out, they're not going to make a substitute captain. They're going to have alternate captains between Sherratt, Galley, Suzuki, Toffoli, I think, Petrie, something like that. But I know definitely Gallagher will be permanent, so won't have a rotation for him. But just to let you know that. So I like that. You have this really solid offensive first line. We'll see if Caulfield can win the Calder as the best rookie of the year. We'll see that happens, but definitely has insane talent. He showed that in the playoffs. Tremendous experience already. And not even a rookie. Right? This year he'll be starting as a rookie, so terrific. Next line, we have that shutdown line. Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson. Drouin, left before the season ended. Had an absence there. Of course, Anderson helping him out, so it's good to have Anderson with Drouin to be there, since he's been helping him out to get Drouin back on track in his career. So the best thing to do that is to pair them together, right? You have Dvorak, your two-way guy. Dvorak doesn't really replace Kotkaniemi. He more replaces Danault than Kotkaniemi, but Dvorak will get you more goals than Danault. He will bring the same defensive responsibility like Danault, that two-way center, wins face-offs, all that stuff that Danault does. Dvorak can do more of the goal scoring. Remember, Danault had that trouble scoring this year, just to pressure the contracts and all of that. Knowing how much money he wants to make, and he's got to show it off, and just overthinking the game. But Dvorak can definitely give us more goals for sure. He can get us 30 points, 40 points would be nice for him, for sure. Josh Anderson, speed, does his power moves great with that. Julian can pass the puck. I like to see him score more than just from the perimeter. It would be nice to get him more on the inside, getting that prime opportunity to shoot the puck and score. Because a lot from the outside, you go around the outside, but you're not going to score from the outside. You got to get him in the thick of it, right? You got to get him in there. Alright, the third line, we have Hoffman, Evans, Gallagher. I feel bad for Gallagher being on the third line, but I think, it's going to be interesting how that turns out, right? But Gallagher's your heart and soul of the Montreal Canadiens right there. He's fantastic. Does a great job. Previous years, getting 30 goals. First year having a $6 million contract for 6 years. After having a bargain of a contract for $3 million. That was absolutely crazy. But that was a great having that. But Gallagher definitely is going to be terrific. Jake Evans, I'm like, let's put him on the waivers, get rid of him. But he has speed, he can kill penalties, he can also win face-offs, and he got him in the 7th round. Not just that, I know third line, he went from 4th to 3rd line, but I think it's a good, you gotta try him. I think he's good on the 3rd line. I have no problem with him there. He'll do good. He can win faceoffs, like I said. He has some speed. He definitely has speed there. And he's good on the penalty kill. So I don't think you can ask more than that, okay? Looking at Hoffman, he is your premier elite shot. He can whip the puck from anywhere on the ice. Great on the power play. 5-on-5, not very good. You do not use him defensively whatsoever because he'll give out the puck. But having him, that's why you pay him $4.5 million, because you want him to shoot the puck. You want that power play to be solid. You want them to be able to score on the power play and consistently score on the power play. And Hoffman's definitely going to do that. Last year, he definitely helped the Blues with the power play. So hopefully Montreal, they can. It's just that Hoffman's out for a couple of weeks, so he will not be starting the season in Montreal. But he should be in the lineup and definitely on the power play. That's what Montreal is going to use him. So definitely use him now. Absolutely. On the fourth line, you got Lehkonen, Paling, Armia. Having Armia on the fourth line means you're stacked on the ring. And you're absolutely all stacked on the ring, right? Armia, great penalty killer, great stick. He does not lose the puck very often. And he likes to score. Just hopefully doesn't get injured. It happens, he gets on a roll, and then bang, he's injured. Like, oh, that's great. Last year was concussion. The other year, was it hand or something? So hopefully he can stay healthy and, do like he usually does. And it takes a while for him to get back, like, to form, like, oh, I gotta score goals again. Because, get injured, try to get back into the lineup and all of that. But Lehkonen is a great penalty killer also. Hard worker, absolutely. Just digs for the pucks. He's always puts 120% into every shift he does, for sure. And like I talked about Paling already in the top prospects, he's a good two-way guy. Trying to make the lineup, hopefully he does. And he's very solid. So hopefully he makes it. I know there was a lot of hype in his first game, getting a hat-trick and a shootout goal against the Leafs in the last game of the season 2 years ago. And I was like, oh, it's going to be great. And he only got 2 points in 25 games. And then last year, he went to AHL and played really solid. So I hope he makes it. I really do. He's a solid player, and I really do think he'll do a good job. You also have Matteo Perreault, who can get you points. He's supposed to replace Corey Perry. He doesn't replace the leadership of Corey Perry, but Perreault can do more points, and he has about a $900,000 contract, which isn't bad. That's a bargain for him. Paquette, he can win does he win face-off? He's okay on the face-off. Dodd, he's just a fourth-line guy. Yeah, so want to be Montreal, those two guys. There you go. On defense, you have Joe Edmondson and Jeff Petrie. Right now, Joe Edmondson is injured. They're saying it's not getting worse, but it's not getting better either. So, kind of in the middle right now. So, Petrie's been playing with Romanov. So, if that's how we start the season, that might be interesting. Romanov for Petrie, definitely guess that time that would be interesting to have. But if you have Edmondson with Petrie's great. Chirot and Savard, interesting. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like Chirot and Savard. Shut down, deep pairing, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. For sure. And then you also have Romanov and Weidman. Romanov moves the puck, does big hits, huge hits like that, right? Definitely does things like that. Chris Weidman, great on the power play, moves the puck. He's really showing that. In the KHL, he had the most points as a defenseman. Just trying to get back to the NHL, right? He's 30, but, Chris Weidman moves the puck on the power play, and that's what Montreal wanted. They had Weidman, they had Hoffman, guys who can improve this power play. And then also Caulfield having a full season of Caulfield too. Gooley, we'll see, like I said, AHL, maybe a couple games in NHL will be interesting for sure. We'll see what happens. And Norlinder, puck-moving guy, we'll see if he makes the NHL. I don't know if he is this year. It'd be wise to send him back to Sweden, to the SHL for sure, but we'll see what happens. And sadly about Sami Niku there. He gets his opportunity and he gets hits into the boards. Not intentional, but he was concussed, and yeah, he has a concussion. So he's out indefinitely. Those are tricky. You could be feeling great, and then you could be doing some hockey, and then and you're like, oh man, the symptoms are back. So you just take your time with Niku. I don't know how bad it's going to be. He's just out indefinitely, and it's too bad because he got an opportunity with Montreal, and just it was wasted here. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he does good, for sure. And then in goal, K. Price, Jake Allen, Sam Martinbull, K. and Premu, and Mason, McDivitt now. I know not all are going to play, all 5. Some are going to the AHL, like we know. Price will not be starting the season, doubtful of starting the season, so that's the thing. We don't know if he's going to be starting the season. Doesn't look like it. That's why they picked off Sam Martinbull from the Panthers. Not bad. Has solid AHL numbers, but the Panthers have Bobrovsky and Spencer Knight, and last year he was kind of covered by Chris Drigo. Had a fantastic season, and having Bobrovsky there, and then knowing Knight is coming up, and they try him out, and Martinbull is just covered. Just he was so low in the depth chart, like you couldn't do anything. So Martinbull, he just played tonight, 6 goals, 6-2 Leafs, but he was pretty solid. The defense wasn't very good tonight, but that's preseason. That's not a very good season, but Martinbull and Allen look like starting the season. Price, whenever he comes back, just hopefully he's healthy. Primo McDivitt in the AHL. McDivitt was pretty solid in the preseason. I like what he brought. Primo got better as the preseason went on. But yeah, interesting for sure. So hopefully Price can be 100% healthy between his knee and his sickness. Not COVID related, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's healthy, ready to go. As I guess Jake Allen will start game 1 of the season. Leafs back to back with the Sabres, so maybe Martinbull plays the Sabres back to back here. I'm guessing. That's how you do it. If Price isn't back. So, that's what we have. It's going to be interesting how things go for Montreal this season. A lot of questions. I did a power play video. You can go check that out of how some power play units can be set up with Hoffman and Caulfield and Suzuki and, maybe Druin in there with Dvorak and Petrie and, between the first and second unit and with Alexander Burrows and how he sets things up, right? It's going to be very interesting how things go. So first of all, it's going to be interesting how Montreal does because the division's very tough. You have, we think we'll probably make it, right? The Leafs, the Panthers, the Bruins, the Lightning, right? Of course, top 3 with the Atlantic and the 4th one, maybe a wild card, unless Metropolitan team takes the 2 there, which is very possible because they'll stack them out in the Metropolitan. So, where does Montreal go? I'm going to say 5th. You gotta think. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm just going to say Leafs, Lightning, Panthers, Bruins, Montreal, right? Maybe Ottawa, then the Wings and the Sabres. Sound like it's going to be like that. It just, not in that order, just, I don't know. Maybe the Leafs don't go first, maybe it's the Panthers, maybe it's then the Leafs or the Lightning. I don't know. Maybe the Bruins just fall off the cliff and Montreal takes that 4th spot, which would have to be a wild card spot then, if they can get one for the Metropolitan Division, because Metropolitan's like, you got teams there that, just take over the wild card spots. We'll see what happens. Montreal definitely should be better on the power play, hopefully. You're hoping. If a healthy Druin, a ready to go Druin, a guy who's 100% ready, confident there, that's definitely going to help. You need that. You need that Hoffman shot. You need them to score. 30 goals would be nice. Caulfield, just see how he does. I like Dvorak already. He's done really good in the preseason so far. Showing some good stuff, but it's not the regular season, so it doesn't count yet. See what happens, right? But I think 5th in Atlantic is reasonable for Montreal. Definitely want more than just 5th, because that might mean that they don't make the playoffs, right? So we'll see what happens, how things turn out. The schedule for the month of October for Montreal is interesting. They do Toronto and Buffalo back-to-back, 13 and 14. Then on Saturday at home, the Rangers at home. I'll tell you when it's away. San Jose Hurricanes and the Wings are all home. Then away on a Western road trip. Kraken, Sharks, Kings, Anaheim. So that ends October right there of the season. So start to imagine your brain what the what the record could be, right? And then in November, just to talk about November, you got with home Wings, Islanders, Golden Knights, Kings, Calgary Flames. Then away you got the Red Wings, the Bruins, the Rangers, and at home you have the Penguins, Predators, and then away you have the Capitals, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh back-to-back, and you have Vancouver home. So, it's interesting. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully Montreal can keep up with it and have at least an even record here. It's going to be tough, but we'll see how things go. Hopefully Price stays healthy. Hopefully he's healthy, ready to go. Whenever he is, take your time with him. We'll see how things go. But definitely Jeff Petrie, he's used to being the number 1 defenseman a couple years ago. He knows what he's doing. Ever since that, he has really just accustomed of helping out Webber, being that guy with him. So I'm not worried about Petrie. He can take it over. He's done great before. So we'll see what happens, alright? Thanks for watching. NHL News Sports. Like the video, do the bell, comment, share. I'll see you next video. Bye.